In response to the COVID virus emergency, the FMCSA has issued an emergency declaration providing for relief from a number of the rules. That emergency declaration has been extended several times. The most recent of which is a recent extension that extends the terms of the emergency declaration through June 14th, 2020. The overarching provision provides carriers relief from sections 390 through 399 if they meet certain requirements and with certain exceptions. The FMCSA exemption applies to carriers and drivers providing direct assistance in support of the relief effort related to the COVID-19 outbreaks. Well, what does that mean and who does it apply to? Well, related to the relief support. First and most obviously, those who are transporting medical supplies and equipment related to the testing, diagnosis, and treatment of COVID-19. It also applies to those carrying supplies and equipment for safety, sanitation, and prevention of community transmission of the COVID-19, things such as masks, glove, hand sanitizer, soap, and disinfectants. Additionally, those transporting food, paper products, and groceries for emergency restocking of distribution centers and stores, and those transporting items that are the immediate precursor raw materials, such as paper, plastic, or alcohol, that are required for the manufacture of medical supplies and sanitation and prevention supplies and equipment that we talked about earlier. There are other things that are related to the relief support, such as fuel, liquefied gases to be used in refrigeration and cooling systems, equipment, supplies, and persons necessary to establish and manage temporary housing, quarantine, and isolation facilities related to the COVID-19. Persons designated by federal, state, and local authorities for medical isolation or quarantine purposes, and persons necessary to provide other medical or emergency services, the supply of which may be affected by COVID-19 response. Now, in terms of the relief support, it applies to mixed loads, both essential and non-essential items, but only so long as the essential material is not just a nominal part of the load. Direct assistance of relief effort ends when a driver or commercial motor vehicle is used to transport cargo or to provide services unrelated to relief efforts, or when a driver is dispatched to another location to begin operations in commerce. After the termination of direct assistance, the driver and the motor carrier are subject to the full requirements of sections 390 through 399. And when a driver transitions from relief to normal activities, a 10-hour break is required when the total time the driver operates conducting emergency relief efforts or a combination of emergency relief and normal operations equals 14 hours. Not all provisions of 390 to 399 are relieved by this. There are exceptions. First and most obvious is compliance with state laws, such as speed limits and traffic restrictions. Additionally, pursuant to the provisions, a driver must still continue to not operate when their ability or alertness is so impaired or likely to become impaired by fatigue, illness, any other cause to make the operation of a vehicle unsafe. That is still in place. A motor carrier may not require a fatigued driver to operate a commercial motor vehicle. One of the other provisions is that a motor carrier whose driver is operating under the emergency declaration must report any recordable crash within 24 hours to the FMCSA division office where the motor carrier is domiciled. Additionally, the emergency declaration does not provide relief from drug and alcohol provisions, CDL requirements, financial responsibility requirements, hazmat requirements, or size and weight requirements. However, go to the FMCSA page with regard to various waivers and state pages with regard to waivers that may affect some of these items, but they are not included in the declaration itself. As always, as we conclude, thank you to those out there, the lifeblood of America, the truckers, making sure that we have the medicine, supplies, and food we need for our lives every day. Thank you. Stay safe.